takes mighty big guns to sell real estate at Lake Martin. And we have with us Jenny Williams, real estate coach at Get a Real Estate Life, with us today to talk about our incredible market.
Hey everybody, this is Trey with Crew Lending. We are a division of Goldwater Bank, which enables us to have a lot of flexibility with programs, with things that help people that are coming from Georgia to buy from the lake, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. Call me today. I would love to go over your specific situation, and in 15 or 20 minutes, we can have you pre-approved and out looking for your dream home at Lake Martin.
We just bought a lake house and we love Lake Martin.
Well, thank you, Jenny, for coming to see me at Lake Martin today. My real estate coach of almost 4 years now.
So much fun. I get to work with this nut. And she is a hard worker, so I'm happy to be here.
You have some of the best ideas that I've ever heard and implemented, and it's been very successful for my clients and for my business.
Well, what I love about working with you is, and you know, I'm sorry if this is a love fest. We do this not naturally every week, but what I love about Paige is that we'll talk about something. I'm like, oh, what about this, that? And she's like, oh, and then this and that and this. Okay, see you, bye, click. And then she implements it and has success with it. I mean, that day. So, well, you definitely, when you have an idea out of the box, you immediately implement.
Well, I think that's key in our market. It is fun, and nobody has to ever buy a lake house. Most people don't have to sell a lake house, so why not enjoy it? You know, if you got to go to work, why not go to work on a boat? If you're gonna come down and travel an hour and a half, 2 hours, or take an entire weekend from your family and work, let's make the most of it. So thank you for some of those crazy ideas that you've had. I want to talk about with you how the lake year has really changed.
Well, I think when you first came to me and we started working together, I even thought that people, December, oh, you're so lucky. You're going to be able to take November, December off.
Yes. No, not the case. Of course,
I've always heard of agents doing that in other markets, but I'm like, you're really going to get to do that.
Yes, not the case. A few things that we just kind of need to, I thought, talk about is everybody thinks, oh, people come in the spring. Well, if you're waiting till the spring to list, you're already probably 3 months behind the mark because people want to be here in the spring and summer. So why not be first on the market with the momentum of the last year behind you? You've probably got less competition until this airs, and now everybody's going to list early.
Everybody's going to be smarter.
Right, and then that gives you a little breathing room into what really happens in the spring. Tell me about what your house is like in the spring with 2 children.
Well, right now, I mean, even on spring break, we had 6 baseball games, and I'm doing 3 to 4 baseball games a week right now. If you said, hey, I lined up some houses at the lake that I have to drive to and then go see, no.
Right.
Never going to happen.
Right.
I would say call me after graduation because my son graduates May 25th, and we might be able to work some time in around that.
Well, myself, I got almost, I won't say frantic in a bad way, but like, what is going on? We had all this activity, and right now when everything's in bloom and we figured we would be so busy, we got nothing. And I was able to honestly say that in every price range of my listings from $250,000 to $1.9 million, you know, we have seen a little drag, and it's because families' skillets are full. You know, we're doing t-ball, we're doing karate, you know, prom just happened. Spring break is now stretched out 3 weeks of Alabama schools, and then we have a lot of Georgia and Florida schools coming in. So you just can't get to the families until May. Well, all right, so then we have Memorial Day, which I would agree is still the official kickoff to summer. But remember when we used to have those big, long 3-month summers?
Right.
Those are gone by the wayside. We really have now in summer between like Memorial Day and probably the first week of August, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yes. So now that's if you have children or you're in some way, working in the education system, primary to high school. But then August rolls around and it's time to get college kids prepared, get their dorm rooms ready, figure out where they're going to be and how we're going to get there and all of that. So, where you think would be the most ideal time, we're just really pressed for time these days, in our world that we live in. So don't put that little box of, small window of selling season. It's simply not true anymore.
I have watched you sell houses in every month, no matter what day of the week it is, and I got to witness last night that it could even be any hour.
That is true. That is true. Now we are working on balance, and family and friends are as important.
We are.
But when it's my real estate coach, too bad, Jenny. I got to go write an offer. So all right. So then you've got summer, but let's talk about holidays on the lake. Now I know a few years ago Jenny wanted to bring her family to Lake Martin to enjoy spring break, and the selection of rentals was so small and the demand so large, you ended up taking your family out of the country.
Right. It was cheaper. So, which actually is good for a homeowner at
Yes.
Lake Martin because you can get crazy high rental prices.
Yes. And, that we haven't even discussed football season. We are very close to, Auburn University. But again, to reiterate, we have very mild climates now. There was not a weekend that I can think of that would not have been fantastic for either you to pile up your family and come on the off season, or to rent your house if you aren't able to use your lake house in the winter. So let's get out of, the norm, what was. Nothing is like it was in any other regard, and the Lake Martin market is hot all the time.
We are the Braves and we love Lake Martin.
Well, thank you for the invite, Lori Peck. We are in downtown Dadeville at the Blue Hydrangea.
So glad you could stop by, and I hope you enjoy all of our new things. We're ready for spring.
We almost couldn't start filming because I am so sensory overload. Everything is beautiful. Tell me about your shop.
Well, actually this year, this is our 10th anniversary.
Congrats.
And when we bought the building, this was a building in the late 1800s where the men would come to get showers and a haircut. And my husband tore it down to the studs, and we remodeled it, and he built shelves here that are made with driftwood from the lake.
Love it.
And we decided to put a little gift shop here.
Well, it is lovely. You've got everything for people who spend time at the lake or who don't. What are some of the things that you're seeing that you really love for lake apparel or this year?
Well, this year we've got a lot of bags, boat bags, not beach bags, and we've got items for you to take on the boat as well. We've got wonderful insulated cups with lids, so you can take your wine, your beverages. We also have some different things. We've got Yeti. We are a Yeti dealer, and we've got just all kind of things to decorate your lake home as well.
Okay. Well, you have an entire section right behind me of collegiate items, and you're still very involved with your college, aren't you?
I am. I went to Auburn University,
Glory
and I
to
was a Tri Delta, and I'm actually the alum advisor for Tri Delt now. And so we enjoy going to the ball games, but we do feature Auburn and Alabama.
Very wise.
So we just enjoy having our collegiate teams represented.
Awesome. What is an alum advisor do with the Tri-Delts?
I work with the girls and I go to their weekly meetings and I'm there to help lend support and give them guidance. And there's a whole group of advisors that come in, and it's just wonderful going back to your sorority and being involved with the girls. They keep you young, they're smart. I'm just so amazed at these girls.
Awesome. And of course, Dadeville is only a quick, how long does it take you to get to Auburn from this side of the lake?
35 minutes. So we're not far at all. We're downtown Dadeville. We are on the square and we're behind the courthouse.
Okay.
And we would love to invite any of you to come by and visit and shop local. We're going to have a wonderful spring sales so that we can celebrate our 10 years in business in Dadeville.
Well, that is quite an accomplishment. Happy anniversary, and we're so glad you're here.
Thank you so much.